what's left.
Spacer's Choice might be worse. At least Vault-Tec was trying to pretend they were good people. At least they were trying to pretend. These Spacer Choice folks, they just...
Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
An attack dice, see?
But yeah, so you guys, so what I've learned is this game is short AF. Okay, there we go. We're back at normal control. This is still weird controls for all things considered. All things, yeah, and that's my Pip-Boy button. Okay, yeah. So all things considered, this game's short AF. So what I'm trying to do is do everything I can possibly do before I finish the game. So I think this is, oh, hold on. There's still like other characters that I can meet. I just want to know where they are or how to find them. I want to know where they are and how to find them so I can yeah, I think we, yeah. I want to know where they are and how to find them, and except for, is this? I don't think this is him. No, because he had a douchey looking face. This guy is not him.
Hey, you're back.
Or is this him? No, that is him. Okay, I thought he had a douchier looking face. But anywho. But yeah, I was like... I wasn't even in town, and then... Yeah, and then I had schoolwork all the way up. So, I was like, oh, gotta get caught up now.
Lab coats make me nervous. Experiments always go wrong. Always.
That's far enough. What are you doing here? How did you even get inside?
Oh.
You're in my house, and I'm not fucking around. Start talking.
Oh, this is her house? Oh. Interesting. That's unfortunate. I don't know you, so I don't really want to kill you per se, but you know.
My what conspiracy? Let's talk about this. Please. I think there's been a crucial misunderstanding.
And that is what?
If you came looking for some elaborate scheme, it isn't here. All I'm doing is trying to keep Halcyon alive.
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving.
That feels like telling too much information.
The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. So, the board let me approach the problem from a different angle.
And that
I
is?
believe that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have. I know. I was there. Thomas was the first to take the gas. A simple test, he said. I told him not to, but he insisted.
Yikes.
We learned a lot from his autopsy. Enough that we could try it on each other and know when to stop. No one else died. I must find a cure so his sacrifice isn't in vain. I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted the risks. I'm desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back.
Okay.
Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleon. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off halcyon crops.
You really think the board got our best interests at heart? I mean, they say, but
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
just not
either.
sure.
Fuck that. People are people, and ought to stay the way they were born. They start trying to tinker with my blood, I'll bury them.
We haven't made enough strides to advance the plan. Hardly any at all. But we have to keep trying.
Well, she's saying she's not experimenting on the innocence, but how long is that gonna stay?
If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony.
It seems like she's trying to help, Captain. Honest help. Ain't many in the colony doing that. We should let her try.
I hope you know what you're doing, Captain. I leave it in your hands. The one on the wanted posters? They say he's an anarchist. A madman, a butcher.
You believe everything is on
I'll do
TV?
it.
No.
Doctor!
What choice do I have, Commander?
Board reputation decreased. Good. Let it go down. Let it go down.
What kind of scientist would I be if I held to a promise like that? I need to get out of here. Phineas can contact me when he's ready to work together. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere discreet.
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is beyond your clearance. Hell, it's beyond mine. Give me one reason why I should let you walk out of here alive.
I don't think that's in your best interest. I don't want to give you money. I don't want to. I probably have tons, but I don't want to give you money. Do you really want to? How much money do I have? Can I check? Can I check? Fuck, I can't. Fine.
That'll do, sucker.
Not too much. Not too much. See, you didn't even hurt my pockets. You. I have half a. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I made a decision. And I'm sticking with it. I made a decision. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm on nerve. He lucky I got my coins. He lucky I got my coins in order. Because if I didn't have no cap, like, see, thinking this Fallout, talk about caps. If I didn't have no tokens, man, it would have been a bullet between your eyes, and I wouldn't have thought twice. And I wouldn't have thought twice.
I believe your choice to spare Chartrand would be considered the honorable path, yes? Sublight's money is inconsequential.
I think so. I think so.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
So what do I tell this woman though? What do I tell her? What do I tell her? I'm not sure if I'm gonna tell the truth or a lie. Walton Goggins carried out the best part of the show. He was a phenomenal ghoul. I was very much convinced. If I didn't like, even without the flashbacks, very convincing. Very, very, very well done. Carried a good part of the show. But everyone did their part though. I didn't, even though like Maximus was annoying, he wasn't like get the F off my screen annoying. He was just the right amount annoying. Like he did his job. Lucy was great. I wasn't annoyed by Lucy. She was naive, but not like the I'm just gonna walk backwards and see what the F happens naive. It's, you know, everybody was balanced. Everybody was balanced. I enjoyed the show. The show is for people who don't know like a lick about Fallout or know what Fallout is. That's what that show is for.
Well, damn. Contractor grew a conscience. As your employer, I'm both angry and disappointed. I'll add that to your file. Technically, I owe you an exit interview. Care to justify your betrayal of our species, or are we finished here? You're awfully quick to trust someone who offed her colleagues and called it a good start. Out of my office. We're done.
You think maybe she's got an itchy trigger finger? I don't want to find out.
I like her, Captain. Let's go before we have to paint this office with her blood.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So now that's off of our conscience. Did you watch Kaiju number 8 yet? Yes, I did. I watched the first episode. I'm excited. I'm interested to see where it goes. Because I read it so long ago, I literally just don't remember anything. I literally don't remember anything. So it's like I'm looking at it all fresh. This was level 22, 25. This was the lower level. So we're gonna do this. Wait, there we go. Too many good other anime drop. Yeah, there was a lot. It was looking a lot dropped at once. Because I was watching. What was I watching? I was watching we were watching. Oh, Ebony, we gotta check on Classroom of the Elite. We were watching Classroom of the Elite. I was watching Undead Unluck. That's cool. I was watching The Witch and the something. The Witch and the something. I forgot what it's called. It's some type of like gothic-ish, not goth. Well, the time period, not so much as like people, but like the gothic time period, kind of as vampire masquerade kind of vibe. Then I was watching like 4 other shows. I was watching a lot. Witching and the Beast. Yes! See? Evan knew exactly what I was talking about. Yep. I was watching Witching and the Beast. There was two other shows.
Welcome to Ambrose Manor. We were not expecting company. Please follow. Do not stray from the path.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Those big empty windows. It feels like the building's watching me. Oh, Law, I'm getting goosebumps.
Keep your guard up. Could be all manner of surprises in there.
That is true. Let me save one more again. Let me save one more again. I was watching like I was watching Spare Me, Great Lord.
Ain't nothing here but memories.
I was watching that. That's a I believe that's a Chinese
Oh,
anime.
Captain, something here
I was
don't
watching
feel
that.
right.
I was watching. I'm telling y'all, I was watching a lot of stuff. Oh, Kingdom of Ruin. That might be the most. That's like maybe the second most disappointing anime I've ever watched. I think it's still. I still gotta hold it to. Of course, I still gotta hold it to. Promised Neverland season. Whatever that was. Whatever the hellstorm that was. It was almost on that order. I'm not gonna lie. They had me in the first half. Seeing the Hades 2 and Wolf Among Us. Ooh, Wolf Among Us 2 art. I want to look, but I shan't. I want to look with me eyes, but I shan't. Ooh, is this gonna be my room? Can I put stuff here? I would love to put stuff here. I would love to just put stuff here. Does someone's room belong to a Minnie? Looks like a daughter's room or something. Mission, is it Zakur? Please tell me how to properly pronounce that. Family is piquing my interest in the first episode. I will put that in my memory bank. Shall I put that in? Read this? Are you saying like read instead, or you're saying You are also reading this. But you're not gonna spoil. I'm ready for the Haikyuu movie. Same!
So who the devil are you?
Same.
You don't say. Well, make yourself at home, Captain. I'm sure we have much to discuss. Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock? That's Gorgon. My birthright, my burden, and the bane of my existence.
Okay.
I hate to drink alone, and this is my third. So join me in raising a glass. To Gorgon.
What else was I watching?
That's right. And I take it you're the type who skips formalities, so let's get down to business. Now, what brings you to my house, gorgeous? I take it you didn't come all this way for the beverages, the starry skies, or the pleasant company.
I'm here about the severed... Right, because it was like a hand delivered to the ship. It was attached to a phone. I was like,
A severed arm? How positively ghoulish. You know this is a private residence, not a curio shop? Lucky Montoya is my personal freelancer. Fascinating man. Very brooding and theatrical. Always staring into space and twirling a bullet over his knuckles. But if something happened to him... Oh dear. I suppose that makes him my former
I heard about
freelancer
that
now?
one. What is his arm doing?
I sent Lucky on a dangerous mission to the Gorgon asteroid. Whoever found his remains must have wanted to inform the next of kin. What a time for his luck to run out. We were in the middle of something grand, and I really can't afford another setback. That's called a defense mechanism. I don't get attached to others if I can avoid it. Try it sometime. How would you like to be my new freelancer? There's been a recent vacancy, and I think you're well suited to the job.
You offer work to everyone who breaks into your home? Must be some kind of Byzantine tradition I ain't know about.
You're awful quick to trust a bunch of strangers that broke into your home.
I'm looking for someone rough around the edges. A gorgeous, dashing scoundrel type. Incidentally, someone good with their hands.
Okay.
My mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, worked for Spacer's Choice at the Gorgon Research Facility. She was brilliant. The top scientist in her field.
Now, what's that one about?
Until tragedy struck. I wish I could say otherwise. One day, Spacer's Choice shut down all research and evacuated Gorgon. Everyone had to scramble or risk getting left behind. It was chaos. Employees fled for their lives. Mother never made it home.
Yikes.
I'm told she wasn't the only casualty that fateful day.
It must have been real hard on you, losing your mother all of a sudden like that. I'm sorry to hear it, ma'am.
Thank you. Ambrose ladies are supposed to be resilient to the unexpected, but this was especially hard on me. Mother's name has since been dragged through the mud. Spacer's Choice blames her for the collapse of Project Gorgon, and I just know they're lying.
Why? Yeah, it sounds
My thoughts exactly. Mother would not have allowed Project Gorgon to fail. Something happened on that asteroid, and my family took the fall for it. I don't know, and Spacer's Choice won't say.
That's already
They don't
suspicious.
discuss anything that tarnishes their brand.
Of course they don't.
Gorgon
Well,
has a
tick-ass
dark
niggas.
history. The project fell apart. Personnel were shuffled across the system.
These are Baltic.
Before
Honestly,
they gone.
they might be worse.
Now I'm all that's left.
Spacer's Choice might be worse. At least Baltic was trying to pretend they were good people. At least they were trying to pretend. These Spacer Choice folks, they just downright just abusing power, and everyone's acting like a cult. It's odd. Yeah, there gotta be
No
somebody
doubt
who knows
someone
what
is
happened.
out there who could talk. Someone involved in Mother's research.
I can
Someone
convince somebody
paid
to
for
open
their
their mouth.
discretion. Then again, why pay for silence when you can buy it for the low cost of a bullet? That's the Spacer's Choice way.
I got called away what I
The
missed.
asteroid
I
may
was
look
asking
like a
what was that
glittering
last
jewel,
show that
but I
you
assure you the
mentioned.
resemblance ends there.
I can't
Gorgon
even.
is
I don't even want to
poisonous
try
to
to
the
butcher that
core.
title, but it was the
One might even
last
say
anime
cursed.
or manga you mentioned. I said, "What is that about?"
Whatever happened on Gorgon wasn't Mother's fault. I simply need the evidence to prove it. We're going to drag the truth kicking and screaming into the light. Even if it means bringing ruin and humiliation
video
to
game wise,
Spacer's
I am
Choice.
solving a
All the
missing
evidence I need
persons
should be in
case
Mother's journal.
slash
You can find it in her office on Gorgon,
frame
in the heart of
operation?
the old research facility.
slash planet investigation thing. Okay.
You do all that for me? I was hoping you'd take the job, but I didn't expect you to care.
The only reason why I'm caring is because the fault. I said the fault. These Spacer Choice niggas is weird.
I admire your enthusiasm. This manor has echoed with my own we, and I can feel you breathing new life into the walls. When you reach Gorgon, pack a weapon you trust. The corporate lockdown hasn't stopped the wilderness from squirming in through the cracks.
Okay.
I've never understood why, but Gorgon is teeming with marauders. They almost seem drawn to sorrow
bet.
and misfortune.
People. I'll have plenty of
Then
ammo to go
there's the
through.
test subjects. Those who survived anyway. Ravenous creatures left behind like so much salvage.
Yikes.
There's a little saloon near Gorgon's landing pad.
And this boy
The
gets
Sprat
also
Shack.
accused of murder in
Lucky
this
was
floating
renting a
city
room.
and exiled off
So if
the
you want to follow his trail,
Astro Boy?
that would be the place to start.
Did you just describe Astro Boy to me?
Flavor. Oh, you think maybe they got a little mascot? Like a sprat in a tiny hat?
Just so we understand each other, money is no object. I'm
When he
willing
gets
to
exiled
squander
off
the
the
family
edge, where does
fortune
he
if you
go?
get me what I want. Between your payments
If it's
and any
anything of
salvage you
ruins
have
or
across,
dirt
you'll
or
walk away
trash,
from
that
this
is
rich
very
enough
much
to buy
Astro
a
Boy.
mansion of your own. How does that sound?
Interesting. Kind of funny.
The cash? No one's ever done this before, and the only person who tried is a corpse. Believe me, that's enough. Here's your nav key, Captain. Safe travels.
Alright, bet.
Spacer's Choice should be the one apologizing, but thank you. Sincerely.
You're
A
welcome.
word of advice before you go, Captain. Trust no one. Mother's office is in the heart of the Gorgon facility.
Oh,
You're
you
free
mean
to
on that
salvage
planet? I
anything
thought
that
you meant in
isn't nailed
general. I
down.
can't trust nobody, but
I only want what's mine.
on that planet? Oh, I got you.
Mysterious
We shoot
errors,
on sight.
Unexpected gainful employment. It's like something out of a detective serial.
You would think it's
Salvage
Astro Boy,
rights
but
and a
nah,
paycheck?
Interesting.
This is almost too good to be true.
My interest is piqued. I always think it's interesting when a story that has like a very similar storyline to another story, and then they just go all the way left field. I find that very interesting. Oh, James and Ebony, are y'all? I'm not ready for Shogun to end. I'm just not ready. I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't know what everybody else in the chat is, if they watched the show, if they're caught up or whatever have you. But episode 8, man, that irritated me.
Experiencing evacuation anxiety? Spacer's Choice recommends 0G Brew, a ale that's good for what ails you.
Should I look around? Oh, there's a general store.
I got supplies if you need them. No one lasts long on Gorgon unprepared.
Oh yeah, I bet.
You looking for supplies, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run low on bullets out in Gorgon's far reaches, there ain't no one around here liable to help you out. Let me know if you're looking for something particular.
Alright. That's everything. What's good, Silver? Alright, so we're on an unknown planet. Don't got clue of what we're getting into. Oh shoot. This area's huge. I can explore this whole area? Huh. Interesting. Interesting. And then I'm probably gonna be murdering. They said their versions of raiders and some tortured experiments.
Come here. Let's have a chat.
Sure.
All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Starting now. Did I stutter? Just do as I say.
Blink rapidly.
I could do without the sass, but that's good enough. You're cleared. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place.
Okay.
Welcome to the Sprat Shack. You can head on downstairs. Just don't ask me to dance.
What?
Bouncer, bodyguard, law enforcer. I make sure the Sprat Shack gets only the highest caliber of clientele.
Oh, it's a club. Okay.
Well, I hope you look the other way just this once.
We get a lot of brand-loyal corporate types, and a lot of cutthroat freelancer types. Both sides have their share of dirty scoundrels. And I hate dirt.
Oh, you're gonna hate me then. I'm about to paint the town red. What do you know about Gort?
Something bad happened here. Spacer's Choice was developing chemicals.
I see.
The kind with nasty side effects.
I consider you just wanted me to
Marauders
stare into
outnumber
your
the
eyes
rest of
for
us
no
10
reason.
to 1.
I can see.
Either they came from Gorgon, or something draws them here. I don't know which is worse. This place is under a dark cloud, stranger. That's all I know. If you want the history of the Sprat Shack, talk to Lex behind the bar.
Alright.
Stay cool.
And I take stuff in here without you tweaking? No, you're gonna tweak.
Oh, this looks just like one of those bars in the detective serials.
Been an age since I had a good Tripicale. Hope they've got it on tap.
Okay.
Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be?
Oh.
Bottoms up. I assume you're here for salvage. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while. Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock. They say Adrenatime came from here, just down the road at the old R&D lab. Very hush-hush back in the day. I doubt anyone knows the full story. One day the evacuation order went out. Grunts and lab coats scrambled to get anywhere but Gorgon. And the weirdest thing of all, Adrenatime still hit the market. Me, I never touched the stuff. To each their own, but I think it's dangerous.
Oh, that's that slowdown. That's the best. I was like, what's Adrenatime? I was like, that's literally the slowdown joint. Okay.
Lucky. Sure,
Sherry.
I knew him.
Ooh, hi,
He
Sherry.
could get a little
Excuse me.
dramatic
It's been
at
so long
times,
since I've
but he
time
was
to
a good
watch the
guy.
stream. Yeah, it's been
Heard
a
he
little
took
minute
on a
for
dangerous
myself
job.
as well. How you
Spent
doing?
a lot of
Hope
time
you're
coming
doing
and
well.
going from the Office of Creative Incubation.
You got me. You
just down the
met
road.
me in the middle of my RPG arc.
The way he talked about the job, you just knew Lucky had hit pay dirt. Not that I was jealous. Around here, that sort of luck can be hazardous to your health. Awful shame about what happened to him.
So you already know what happened.
You know about that? Huh. Word must travel fast around these parts. Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off. Get this. The canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm.
So you need to watch the last
Lucky's
Yeah, I
arm.
have them all up too. I'm not sure if I put it in the list yet, but you should see a bunch of highlight videos of these from this game, from this past game. So it should all be there.
I'm a bartender. Attention to detail is my middle name. Anyway,
Nice watch
the
street.
arm was
Nice watch
clutching
street.
a phonograph that mentioned someone named Alex Hawthorne. I did some poking around, and this Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy and sent it care of the Halcyon parcel service. They even
Also,
gave me a
you're
discount
how
on
I
the
got to
hazardous
my
waste
ship.
removal stamp.
Mm.
No kidding. And now you're here? Colony feels smaller than you'd think some days. I'm glad I was here to see this confluence of events, you know? The stars really aligned on this one. And here I am, smack dab in the middle.
Alright, can you tell me where we're looking
Third
to
floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind.
Bet.
Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands when you're done. Trust me.
Bet.
Good. I've got paying customers.
Measurement complete. Ocular identification complete. Welcome, Clarence Mostly. Access granted. Welcome to the Office of Creative Incubation.
Then go inside. Don't know what's inside of here. More Mr. Moon. It's not a
Mr. Thompson told me 100 times the cannery couldn't afford spare parts for Bess. All while Spacer's Choice was building this?
Hey man, don't be surprised. We finna get active. Oh, those are the modders in there, ain't it? Oh. I don't remember if there's a way to sneak up on people anymore. I don't remember. Wasn't there a way to like take people out? I can't remember how to do it.
Incoming, Captain!
I Unless this is my shotgun. I was like, what do I have in my hands? Oh, you're behind me. I didn't want you to shoot us. Oh, good. You're shooting me. You couldn't get the bigger person out the way? I can't remember how stealth works. I tried to remember, I couldn't remember. I tried. I can't remember how it works. Can't I use rotten come from who? I don't know if I ain't nobody no more. I guess I just should just keep picking these up. Might as well, I can just sell them all. I guess this will tell me what's like been going on around here. Oh Jesus. Long-term use is not good. List of side effects. We are not test tube jockeys. Where's better? Is this the same stuff? Side effects. Mentioning. Saying they can prove it at the chem lab. More side effects. And good old you can do it speech. How do you just keep casually walking in places where they're just sitting there, not... Okay, you know what? It doesn't even matter. I don't know how he rolled out the way like that, but sure. Out of there, out of there, out of there. Packed up. Packed up. Y'all made that look like light work. Packed up. Was that? Never mind, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I got the wrong gun out.
Performing. Playtime. Here goes nothing.
Whoa! Oh, she said she saw how she got taken down. No. brain? What was I stuck on? Cause I know I fell right here, but I couldn't walk backwards for some reason. It was so weird. They all cooked up on them speed drugs, man. And yeah, they move like little weirdos, little monsters, but at the end of the day, look at what happened. The cookies still crumbled on the same. They still all crumbled. Not the incident. Not the incident. Not the incident.
To shreds, you think you get past the hump?
Get stuck, buddy. Get stuck, buddy. Get stuck, buddy. I don't care what you shooting me with. You gonna die, buddy. Bye. Buddy. Ow. Nice. They gave me like more light ammo. I don't know. I need to put this away. Cause why doesn't this hit harder than it should? This joint do not hit like it should. And I buffed it on top of that. I gave it a scope. I gave it more mag. I gave it everything. Why so weak? Why so weak? Maybe I need a melee gun. I mean, just a melee weapon in my hand.
You could fit whole families in here.
Bro, this looks like a bar.
I knew I heard a little weasel sniffing about. You'd best go back the way you came. I understand that you think yourself a big hero here on a big, important job. The last one did, but you've grew. This place is a graveyard. Gorgon is the birthplace of marauders. We created them here, in this very facility. They are our misbegotten children, born of hubris and vanity.
Okay.
Marauders were created? Those bastards!
That's
That
insane.
don't make any sense. How could marauders get to Edgewater from all the way out here?
They're getting shipped, but it's not their choice.
I've placed the facility under emergency lockdown to keep them safe. Let the Marauders die in peace, or I will make certain that you die with them.
Mr. Thompson used to say Marauders are just folks whose spirits have been weakened by charity and laziness. You mean that wasn't true?
I used to think it was just life trying to kill us. Starve for a week,
Cigar.
fight to the
I'm
death
doing
for a good night's
okay.
sleep.
Enjoying
We were
my
all a little
RPG.
mad. Marauders were just the folks who
Before I go
embraced
back
it.
to an old one. Lock the elevator. Okay. So took out that whole area. That's been done. Open City and decides to make Outer Worlds 2. I heard I'm actually really confused because when I was trying to look up this game just to see how long it was, I kept getting Outer Worlds 2. And I saw an Xbox commercial for it, but I couldn't tell if it was real or fake.
It's just like the
It
abandoned
was
parts
one
of
of the,
Edgewater.
they filmed it like one of those honest
Now it
trailer
really
YouTube
feels like
videos, so I couldn't tell if it was real or if it was fake. I was very confused. I was extremely confused, but I did see a trailer thing for it, but I have no idea if it was real. Which is really sad to say. I have no idea if it was real. You know how like people do that with movie trailers, but it'll end up looking bootleg at the end of the day? This didn't look bootleg, but it just looked like, to me, it just looks like probably what the first trailer was for this game, and they just threw on they just threw a 2 on there, but I'm not sure. I am not sure. Martyr Colossus? Is there a way around these things? That I saved before coming in here, but it's like I need to save again. Probably need to go that way eventually. Probably gonna have to go that way eventually. But that's for eventually. This is for now. It was weirdly written. Okay. So check the trailer then to see what I'm talking about, because literally if you look at the trailer, it was like action, Avengers, it felt like an old trailer. It felt very old and felt very YouTube and felt very much honest trailer-y, and it was very odd. I was like, is this real? Outer Worlds 2, the movie. It was very weird. Yeah, but I really hope they make it like way longer than what this one is, because the fact that this is just better than Starfield. I'm sorry, Bethesda. Y'all my OGs and all, and I always love where I came from, but this Starfield was not it. Because I doesn't want to evolve? Yeah, I don't. I mean, hopefully, due to all the response, like the fact that Bethesda knows, like, people, they weren't in people's good graces for a long time till this damn show came out. So hopefully, between all that, the stuff they did between, like, because Starfield was better than the drop of Fallout 76, the initial drop. So between that happening and then the fact that Starfield didn't get any awards, but we all said, hey, the you know, the Amazon show was great. It reminded us of the old days. Hopefully they'll buckle down and deliver what they should have done forever ago. Hopefully. I ain't even finished Starfield. There was nothing to finish. James, I can tell you right now what the ending was and you'd hate it. Because I know you. The ending is just, to me it's not horrible, it's just it's very anticlimactic. It's anticlimactic as fuck, honestly. It's just anticlimactic to hell. And I'm like, this is what y'all was gassing? This is what y'all was building up? Ooh. Just give the IP to Obsidian this way. Oh, I wouldn't say all that. Let's slow down. Cause the first thing people would say is like, yo, remake the whole Bethesda's engine. Remake the whole damn thing. And nobody's doing that. Bethesda doesn't want to do that. Even then, they were gassing about, oh, brand new engine. That engine looked the same. I mean, obviously there's a grade of quality difference, but as far as like the way the engine performs and the day one drop, that's just the same. Down to every last buggy issue, that shit is the same. Go ahead, I'm never buying it again. So basically, you know how like they're trying to allude to the fact that in Starfield there are aliens, right? So it's bullshit, really. So what it actually is that you keep going to these certain planets and you pick up these artifacts, and these artifacts give you powers, which you don't ever use, by the way. You forget you have them. Like, I forgot I had them, and I was in the last third of the game. I didn't even know you could use the shit. But you keep going and picking up these artifacts, and apparently these artifacts give you powers, and you could be using the powers during your gameplay, but they don't show you how to do that for real. So you pick up these artifacts and they give you powers, and apparently that's been happening for like decades, to the point where there's like a half and half faction, the people who believes they're elitists and like no one should have the powers anymore but them, and then there's like the other side where they're like, no, we have to make sure that they don't get them because they're bad, but we're good. And they're like, all right. I'm like, okay, how are you good? Well, we're just gonna hold on to the artifacts to make sure no one finds them. And I'm like, that's no better. I'm like, so you just have greed versus lack of knowledge. I'm like, or hoarding of knowledge. I'm like, that's both ways. I'm being very like, I'm summarizing it, but that's basically what it was. And because my speech check was like at 1,000, I was like, both of you guys are trash. I'm gonna do what I want. And they're like, okay. It was supposed to be a big old fight breakout when you don't pick a side, because apparently they want you to pick a side, and it's very much they try to make it very Star Wars like. There's like the white and the black, light versus darkness, but their viewpoints are both gray as hell. Both of their outpoints are gray as hell. So that mentally bothered me as a choice, but that's just my opinion. Not so much of a game thing, but that was just my opinion. I just thought that was stupid. So the stupid part is, so you go all the way and you get the last artifact and whatever have you, and you see what's at the end of the universe, and it's just a loop cycle. So when you take the final artifact or whatever, you see that your life played out multiple different times, and you're just choosing to relive your whole life over again. And you don't get a choice to do that. Like, you can claim that, like, oh, I don't want to, restart over. I want to just live my life as is. But if you do that, you by definition didn't beat the game. So the only way to beat the game is if you take the opportunity. And then when you restart the game over, you get this eerie looking space outfit and a fat ass ship. That's it. That's it. And that's all there is to it. Never to be installed again. Yeah, it's not. It was fun. See, it wasn't even that. The thing was, though, that was the main quest line. Everything that wasn't the main quest line was more fun to do. Like, I was a courier, basically. I was a thief courier for, like, majority of the time that I played on Starfield. And I was having more fun doing that than anything else. Oh, there's a point where you get randomly arrested, and they're like, "Oh, you did bad thing," and I was like, "No, I didn't." "Yeah, you did, and the only way you get out is if you help us." And I'm like, "I'm not helping you do shit. You arrested me for no reason." They're like, "Well, you get out or you make your way out," and I'm like, "I guess I'm making my way out," and I shot up the whole police force. I shot up a whole police force and got out. And then I realized I broke my game because it made me fail a quest or something. So I reloaded my save, and then they're like, "Yeah, the only way you get out is if you make your way out." And I said, "I guess I'm gonna do my time and get out then." So then they fast forward, they do like a wait time, and I think you're in there like a day, like a game day. And then you get out, they're like, "I'm so disappointed. I thought I saw potential in you." I said, "All you did was arrest me. Like, you didn't do anything." You gave up on 76? Well, no, they didn't. They just took too long. They thought they could pull a No Man's Sky, and we said, "Don't work that way." So what happened was 76 was one of the most disrespectful things I think I've ever seen as a whole. That was just one of the most disrespectful things of all time. So this was my thing. This was my thing on it. I said, at the moment, because I didn't even know what Starfield was at the time until Benny told me. And he was like, Starfield was supposed to be this next coming, basically. And I was like, oh. And then I was like, all we want, like, literally 76 was supposed to be Fallout 4 with friends. That's it. And I said, at the worst, it would be mid. And I said I was fine with that because it's just gonna hold us over till Fallout 5 and the next Skyrim comes out. So it's cool. And then I started learning about the next Starfield and all that. So I was like, oh yeah, it's just a fodder game. Cool. Who cares? You know? Can't be that big of a deal. I was blown back by the level of how dare you. Like, I remember so many people saying, like, Brandon, that game's gonna be. I was like, I'm not looking for it to be good. I just want to play Fallout with my friends. That's it. That's all I wanted. But they went above and beyond with the outrageousness of that. I mean, it was unplayable the first week. It was unplayable. And then I remember there was no NPCs. Quest lines were broken. The only people you would ever come across with were other people, so they have a tendency to, like, and also servers weren't, you couldn't have a private server or like a makeshift file save, so your friends can't, not like in Power World, you can do multiplayer and your friends can join on your world. That's all we wanted. I don't know why about that was complicated. That's all we literally wanted, but they made it some big old mass server, and then we were like, what the why? And then the server could only hold like 50 people at the time. You got this gigantic ass map on this huge engine, and it can only hold 50 people. So that was a mess. And then, so people just didn't play it. So for the past 6 years, they've been just slowly adding stuff. But most of your player base is people coming from the TV show right now. Most of the player base is people coming from the TV show, and then the people who didn't like give up on it. But that's a small group of people. 16 times deep. We know that's like CEO talk, but like, man, gassing it, talking about 16 times detail, that's outrageous.
Captain, imagine my surprise when I saw the Unreliable leaving Gorgon with so much urgency and purpose. Tell me you found Mother's journal. I'm positively dying for good news.
Excuse me.
Someone? You mean someone still has access to the facility? Of course. They know you're on the case and they're scrambling to cover their tracks. Make sure you have eyes on the back of your head. If I know Spacer's Choice, getting past the lockdown will be more complicated than just hitting a big red button. You'll need authorization and layers of it. No. I think you're going to have to rely on good old-fashioned detective work. It's a good thing you have keen senses, a reliable ship, and a very wealthy sponsor. No, but I'm overjoyed that you had the courage to ask for one. You should always expect more from your employer. I seem to recall that Mother worked closely with Gorgon's R&D personnel, but not close enough to invite them over for dinner and cocktails, if you get my meaning. By now, they'll have moved on with their lives. If only I could do the same. I knew Mother was involved with some important chemical trials, but I had no idea her pet project was adrenatime. Adrenatime is a working man's stimulant, like a caffeinoid. Very popular at launch, though the marketing quieted down over time. What? No. I mean, there's some very morbid wording in the fine print, but I had no idea adrenatime could make marauders out of people.
The whole car paint. Ooh,
that
Jesus.
Jesus.
Right, that's somebody's car paint.
Secret about adrenatime off the record.
Thank God, not mine.
We have to find
that's somebody's car paint.
If we don't, then Spacer's Choice gets away with murder. I only hope we aren't too late.
Ugh. That's somebody's car payment. Disgusting.
Adrenatime was touted as the working man's best friend.
Good night,
a drug that boosted productivity with no adverse effects.
Appreciate you.
The promise of adrenatime cannot be overstated. Exhaustion and fatigue were supposed to be obsolete. Workplace accidents would be things of the past. For whatever reason, the drug never lived up to that promise. Thank you. I certainly ought to know what I'm doing.
I've
spent years trying to break into pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, because somehow we've climbed to the ladder of highest form of entertainment.
I have the wit to succeed in her line of work.
Like,
it's
travels. Literally.
If your leads give you any trouble,
sports,
be sure and give them some trouble back.
Gaming, TV. It's literally sports, gaming. Sports, gaming, TV. Literally.
That's the spirit. Until next time.
Triple A out to nickel. Yeah, that's why you should support, and that's why you should support your indies. That's why you should support your double A game creators as well. Like Evil West, that's a good game. Evil West is a good game.
We are now in orbit.
It deserves, that game deserved a little bit more attention. That was a cool, it felt very retro. Well, you know, it's catered to me. I felt the vibes. It was very retro. It was very interesting. It was like playing, it felt like being like at Dave & Buster's or like Chuck E. Cheese, and I was playing like the looter, like the whatchamacallit shooters, but I was having a lot of fun even though I was at home. You know how sometimes those games are literally just meant for that environment? You wouldn't want to sit and have, or at least most people don't really sit and play those. But that one, Evil West, that was fun. That was a fun playthrough. A bunch of... This feels like Tenpenny Tower. I don't know why, but this feels very much Tenpenny Tower.
Do you know the interesting thing about canid shows? Oh, but there is, if one possesses an eye for statistics. Mathematically speaking, the interesting thing about canid shows is this. They're an exercise in futility. Winning is predetermined. Over time, the inevitable trend is that the race goes to the swift. Time and chance are just statistical outliers.
I don't know how people have that much time to have that much drama.
Through enough trials, the one with the most optimal attributes generally wins.
And then the four of us just
exercise in futility.
Just there for the ride. The fact that people really thought there was gonna be drama between us two, that is so funny. Who was doing that? Kai? They're like, oh, they said this and this. I'm like, okay, where's the proof? Poof? Like what?
Oh, I've been told I should try to socialize more. Sharing an interesting fact is a proven method of endearing oneself to a stranger.
I'm doing art.
I'm an actuary.
If there's nothing to watch on YouTube,
well,
and I don't got a show
entirely.
to watch, I put on
the
Gordon
actuarial
still.
sciences are more of a passion than a
doing
profession. So I suppose that makes me mostly an actuary. That's a bit of a family joke. I'm Clarence Mostly.
Yeah, I know who you...
Yes,
Yeah.
that's us. Mostly oak trees, too. My grandfather invented them, you know. Well, no, he didn't invent mostly oaks, but he did purchase the naming rights back during the terraforming days. It's essentially the same thing.
Really?
Oh. Then you're not here about my monograph. It's true, I was involved with Project Gorgon, but that chapter of my life is long since closed. Listen, I don't know what you want with Gorgon or with me, but let me give you some free advice, Let the past go.
3 years. Now do
Live in the
watch
moment.
time.
Enjoy the
I want to see
party.
a magic trick.
I left Gorgon behind for a reason. Several reasons, in fact. Corporate sabotage, abnormally high fatality rates, and the Marauders. We buried Project Gorgon for good. Don't go digging up its grave. You seem like you're in the margin of competence for a
be like
freelancer.
that, though.
Find yourself some better work.
YM, what you been up to? I saw you in Michaela's stream, I think. Yeah, I saw you in Michaela's stream the other day. Oh, Stevie. Oh my goodness. But that's no jab at you, YM, by the way. It's just, cause I know you, be on your shit. I just hate when, like, people who, like, literally was in here, like, twice come in and then do, like, followage or whatever. That shit pisses me off. Cause it really doesn't matter. I don't even focus on stuff like that, but when people do that, it bothers me because I know you don't watch my streams. So it pisses me off when people do that. So I was like, oh, okay, you've been here following. Okay, now hit watch time because I know you haven't been in here.
I was wondering if you were the sort of person to accept sensible advice or respond.
Oh,
Lifting the
shut up.
lockdown won't be easy. You'll need to send overrides from the chem lab and human.
Okay.
The trouble is, I don't know you. I don't trust you. Yes, trying to bury Project Gorgon while it's still very much alive and clawing its way back to the surface. That may be our last mistake. I want a favor from you. Do something for me and I'll do something for you. That way we don't have to rely on mutual trust.
It's harder for me to do those.
A grand prize trophy to the Canid Review. I want it in my hands. Get me that trophy and I'll give you the remaining researchers. Names, locations, as much information as I have. My Canid, Laplace, is statistically superior to every other Canid in this review. Better average sprinting time. I didn't bother entering little Laplace in this pointless contest. He's already won on paper, you see. Oh, you're much too kind.
How annoying, dog.
Do it. My eye. I was what? And I'd rather not. Well, that's rather responsible of you. I'll put a good word in your permanent record. What's on your mind?
Why did I wager that? See, that's the thing I don't like about certain games. Like, if I got your eye, bro, I want the information. You give me information, I give you your eye back.
Head into the main hall and take the maintenance.
This is so annoying. I'm stealing a bullshit trophy for what?
You're fast.
Truthfully told, I don't. That's a lot of stuff they're giving me.
Great work.
Covering you!
Adjacent automatic.
Now we've got the things I got. Oh, it's literally just art? Okay, it's just art. It's just art. I thought they were gonna like show, you know, stuff. But if not, then I must see division. Someone would have to send it to me because I'm sure if I go looking for it on Twitter, someone's gonna try to leak something. People have been mad leaky lately, and I don't like that. Like when the Wolverine leaks, and I rebuke those in the name of Jesus. Keep those away from me. When those were floating around, I didn't touch Twitter, I think, for a month. I didn't touch it anyway, but I touched it even less than I already did.
Damn.
It looks like
nimble
Borderlands
fingers,
to me. I don't. Are you saying that because they changed the art style? Because Telltale's been doing like both Borderlands and Bethesda. Not Bethesda. Shit. Both. Both the Borderlands and Telltale have been doing the comic book sketch art look for a long time now. Been doing it for a minute.
Oh, you don't have to be scared of these canids, Captain. I don't think they're gonna hurt you.
I really stole a stupid trophy for this guy.
Never cared much for hors d'oeuvres. The word is just grotesque.
The one I'm playing now? Really? I don't get Borderlands vibes from this game. Maybe the comedy is? No. You know what? Ironically enough, people were saying that when this game first dropped, but then people stopped talking about it, and I thought the game wasn't doing well. But this game is fun. This game is interesting. Literally, I don't know why more people didn't play this. I think it's just because it was too short. Like, I'm literally just thinking it was too short.
My trophy!
I still never played a full Borderlands game.
Have you ever seen a more garish monument to the boredom of the elite?
It's cool. You have to play
If only Grandfather Mostly were alive today, I would have loved to wave this trophy right in front of his cataracts.
If you ever wanna
I hope you won't take it personally
just let me
when
know.
I say I had my doubts
did have
about
the collection.
you. Nothing ever gets done in Byzantium, you see.
Let me know.
Competent work is, well,
My brain's
a statistical
not as
anomaly.
interested in Borderlands as other people. I think that I can't remember which one it was cool because it was the prequel to is Borderlands 1, the prequel between 1 and 2, and then there's Borderlands 3. But I heard Borderlands 3 just flopped, ish. Not flopped, but it just didn't do as well as people thought it was going to.
Lifting the emergency lockdown requires overrides from the Chem Lab and Human Inquiry. Access to those facilities requires authorizations from 2 senior-level researchers, Marion Blakesley, Jasper Lowe. They went into hiding after the project collapsed, but I've managed to calculate their last known whereabouts within a reasonable margin of error.
I know the prequel came out after 2, if that's what you mean.
I see you're familiar with my technique. I'd love to show you my numbers, but
3 has good gameplay,
there
but
aren't
the worst
nearly
writing
enough
sounds like
napkins
Fallout
in this
4.
room. After the project shut down, I had to keep my mind occupied. I worked on my actuarial tables,
That's what I said,
calculated
lady. No, you
the
said
average
prequel is
lifespan of a
after
spacer's choice worker, that sort of thing.
I'm talking about the way of the
some of the researchers
games.
had to be alive.
I'm talking about the
I
way
ran
they
some
are
numbers,
placed
did a little research,
story-wise.
and concluded that the 2 most likely survivors are Marion Blakesley and Jasper Lowe.
People didn't like how the story went in 3, from my understanding. They didn't like the antagonist and the ending. Damn, the villain and the ending was ass. Jesus. That's a bad story. If you can't enjoy your antagonist or the ending, the story was doomed from the start, then that's awful.
Nonsense. Let me stop you there. I don't accept anything for free. And if you're going to analyze me, I'd have to go through the trouble of hiring you on contract. Think what you will of my intentions, my calculations are sound. You'll find Marion Blakesley and Jasper Lowe at the enclosed locations. I'll tell you what. Dr. Marion Blakesley supervised the Human Inquiry and Auditing Facility. Someone sabotaged the facility. Blakesley tendered her resignation and vanished. I'm asking you to trust in the predictive power of data. Dr. Blakesley may have disappeared after that sabotage incident, but the trajectory of her life was implied in her permanent record. Well, with Spacer's choice equipment, who even knows? Dr. Blakesley tendered her resignation lawfully, but under suspicious circumstances. Dr. Lowe described himself as a dazzling genius in his review. I disagreed. Of the 19 criteria that constitute the rubric of genius, Dr. Lowe only met 15. After the project shut down, corporate traded him off to Anti-Clio in exchange for 5 lab coats.
You might play the Tiny Tina one.
He's been transferred to an orbital lab around Olympus.
I like RPG, but I kind of stick with RPG/action adventure RPG. D&D is not my cup of tea, and the only time I played anything even semi-resembling of it is Baldur's Gate, which I need to go back to play again. But other than that, nope. I watched somebody play a bit of Tiny Tina though. It looked alright, but not my cup.
Our office gave Dr. Lowe and his team every opportunity to develop a drug under perfectly reasonable guidelines and generous deadlines.
See, I'm getting
Dr. Lowe failed to meet our requests, and largely...
This nigga chatting.
Tried...
Nigga chattering. This nigga is chattering. I really stole a stupid trophy.